All right, everybody, coming back from the break. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. I am the host and creator of the show. We try to do a little bit of a variety and talk about the Valley and the economics of real estate, because that is the engine of our economy really here in the Valley. Our guest is Ryan. Give us your last name and introduce yourself, please.
Rybarczyk with Long Realty Jasper Associates.
And our lender,
Evan White with Road to Home Mortgage.
Excellent. And you and I met through, because full disclosure, I'm a licensed agent, but I don't sell real estate. But I stumbled into, because we did an interview with a company called Pad Split. Have you guys heard these guys? Okay.
No.
So what they do is they go into a home, usually more square footage than that one. They were the ones I was trying to get in. They go in for a home that's about 2,500, 3,000 square feet. And then they take the living room and the family room and they make them out bedrooms. So they turn, and then they have a rental per room rental. And ASU, you and I met at this home was Alameda and McClintock area.
Correct, yeah, over on Alameda Drive.
And how many bedroom, how many bath on that one?
So that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property, single story with a pool as well.
And you had remodeled that kitchen a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, there was a fire in there, and part of the lot of smoke damage, and part of the insurance claim, they were able to do a remodel and upgrade. So it actually, when one door shuts, another one opens. So
yeah, and I remember that had a swimming pool.
It does.
Now, one of the major sponsor, and I have to mention this multiple times, is Budget Pool Repair and Remodeling and New Swimming Pools. So if that buyer or anybody needs a renovation, they do replastering, they do all kinds of landscaping stuff. So keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
So now, what was the list price on that one?
So we started at we're at $475 is the list price. We're currently under contract right now. So we negotiated a price for that, and we're currently wrapping up the inspection period, and the appraisal's been ordered. So we're on target right now to close on September 4th.
Excellent. And again, this is Alameda, which is, let's say, Southern and McClintock area, just so people know the general.
Yep.
So you're within bicycling distance of ASU.
You're close to ASU, but you're far enough away if you don't want the entire ASU experience, if you're looking to buy it as a primary residence.
And Tempe is landlocked, and the values are just going up and up and up.
Correct. Yep. Tempe is not growing geographically any further out. It's growing upwards.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and this was a great location. And so, again, when you talk about that at that price range, let's talk some financing on that.
Yeah, so I mean financing. So if it's a primary home versus an investment property, it's usually about 0.75% higher. So you might be in the kind of upper sixes right now as far as interest rates go. But yeah, investment properties, as long as the numbers make sense, usually they're a good investment.
Yeah, when you're owner occupied, what kind of down payment? Educate the audience about VA, FHA. What kind of down payments have you got out there?
Yeah, for a conventional loan, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can put as little as 3% down. You can also get gift funds. So gift funds is just money from a family member, brother, sister, uncle, parent that you can use towards your down payment. If you've owned a home before, then it's 5%. VA, which I know Ryan has a lot of experience with veterans, you can put as little as 0% down. Then with FHA, it's 3.5% down.
Let's talk about your connection with the veterans. Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you're doing.
Sure. So I'm prior military, spent 4 years in the Navy, and as a veteran myself that has used the VA loan, one of the things that I found out there is that there's a lot of miscommunication and miseducation on the power of the VA loan, and a lot of veterans don't utilize the full potential of it. So one of the things that I do when I'm working with veterans is partner with somebody like Evan that has experience with VA loans to show them like there's a lot of benefits here to it, and make sure that they fully understand that and utilize it.
It is education. It's available. They did their service. They have it, and they just don't know it.
Correct.
And so really the first person, if you got a buyer, you want them to talk to your lender.
Yes, absolutely. The first thing we always want to find out before we even start looking at homes or even talking about homes is, what does the financial piece look like? What does that entail as far as the type of loan you're qualified for? Do you have the funds available? And also, what you don't want to do is make sure that your house poor. You don't want to put everything you've got into a down payment, because in the event that something happens, you want to have a bit of a buffer or a cushion there to make any repairs that could pop up.
Yeah. Now, go through some of the questions and screening and how you help people, because it's not if, it's when, right?
Correct, yeah. And some of the great things about a VA loan is, like I mentioned, you can put as little as 0% down. There's no mortgage insurance. So if a buyer went conventional or FHA, they would either have mortgage insurance or private mortgage insurance. So that's another great option why someone would go VA if they're a veteran. Also usually carries lower rates as a VA loan. And the guidelines are a little bit more flexible as far as debt to income. So you have more option that way. And then as far as credit score as well, they go a little bit lower. It's a little bit easier to qualify for a VA loan. So pretty much, again, it goes down, it gets down to the numbers as far as what the monthly payment is, what they feel qualified for. And once I talk to a client and I kind of go through what an estimated total payment will be, then I would refer them back to Ryan, and then he would be able to find them a house that kind of fits those guidelines. And that way, everyone's not wasting their time looking at a house that they can't afford, or, looking at a house that maybe they don't want, but they don't realize that the payment's actually going to be a lot lower than they thought. So that's kind of how the VA works.
Educate the audience about debt to income ratio. Tell us the math on that. How do you do that?
Sure. It's pretty much your debt, pretty much car payments, student loans. So let's take for example, let's say your house payment, your car payment, your student loans equal $5,000 per month, and your income is $10,000 per month. You pretty much just divide 5 by 10, and that's how you get to that 50% debt to income. So usually on a conventional loan with a good credit score, we can get up to right at that 50%. VA, you can even go over that 50%.
Interesting.
Same thing with FHA. But what we do is we have an automated underwriting system that we run that through, and it pretty much spits back and tells us, yes, this is approved. We look at the income, the property, everything like that. And if not, sometimes we can tweak different things, whether it's getting gift funds from family members or doing something a little different, paying off some debt.
Excellent. And it is a buyer's market now.
Yeah, it's overall Metro Phoenix, yeah, it's a buyer's market. Some areas a little bit more competitive than others, but buyers do have an advantage right now that they didn't have 3 or 4 years ago when interest rates were around 2.5%. So the things that I'm encouraging my buyers is not only try to negotiate on the purchase price, but negotiate on seller concessions, negotiate on buyer broker compensation, negotiate on repairs as well too, because there's a lot more than just purchase price that we can factor into the overall strategy of getting you the home.
And that's the key, is have a good agent that knows how to do those negotiations. And again, I keep saying this, if you're a buyer, the commission's paid by the seller most of the time. It's full disclosure.
Correct. Yeah, it's negotiable.
It is.
Yeah, it's
always
negotiable.
Everything's
Always negotiable.
Yeah.
Yes, but in the current state of the market, a high probability.
Excellent. How can people reach you?
So I've got multiple avenues. My cell phone number, my direct number is 480-989-7529. I'm on social media, Facebook. I am on Instagram as well.
Phone number again.
480-989-7529.
Evan?
Sure. Evan with Road to Home Mortgage, and our number is 602-888-7990, and that number is 602-888-7990.
Excellent. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming down. Everybody, we got to do a break. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back.